like gave it up. Well, because what happened was I got pregnant at 18 at College Park, and then I went back.
You went to Howard High School?
I went to Howard High.
Okay.
Yeah. And so after I got pregnant, I ran away to Colorado. I skipped town.
You were brave.
Not too
foolish.
brave. Yeah, right? After the baby popped out, I was like, oh, I'm going home.
Okay.
But then when I came home, I went back to HCC because, you know, I had this little tiny tot. And so I went to HCC, and then I went back to College Park because I had another child in 2000 instead of 99, right? So that's like the third one. And then in 2000, that year at College Park, we had, you know, the snipers. We had the tornado where the car crashed against the building and killed 2 of the students. We had all kinds of stuff. So most of that semester, we weren't in school. And then 9/11. And so then I decided to come back to HCC, you guys, which is, I'm going to shout out HCC again, only because, number one, they're a good school. But besides that, I went to HCC. They have an entrepreneurship program. And from that program, I sat there and I wrote all of the documentation. So you get graded on your business plans. And at the end of the semester, part of your grade is pitching your project. Whether it's, you know, you need, you know, money to start it up or whatever the case it is. So from that process, I wound up with contracts with Howard County. And from that, I got so busy that I was out of school again.
Wait a minute, contracts for doing the dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you started that. I mean, I don't remember when you exactly started, but when you were
doing
in the
that
early
process.
years.
You guys, there's one thing about growth, and it's growing too fast. So you learn a lot of lessons when you get contracts, and you're like, go from no contracts to like 9 or 10 different schools.
Wow.
It was fun. It was a lot though. But so I never actually finished and got a degree. What number kid was that? That's how I do timing. That had to have been at least 12 years ago. So with my age, No, when I actually, you're 10, right? So my daughter's in the house. She's always with us. We're talking about the mompreneurs. You guys, bring your kids everywhere. What they will hear and pick up, you never even know. I don't know. I had to have been at least 28. Okay. 29, something like that. Yep.
And you had 9 contracts.
Yep.
So did that change things for you as far as income wise, or was it?
It did. It went from no money, the system, to having checks of a couple $1,000s coming in. You're figuring out, and employees. I don't employ anybody. I hire hire contractors because I'm not doing all of that whatever. And so I had all these contractors, and then it came to how do you manage the team? You know, that growth period, growth pains, and so it was like this person don't show up and this person don't show up. So it was a scheduling issues, and so you learn a lot. You learn what not to do again, and you learn how to budget the money, which at that time it was like, oh, how do I do this? How do I not commingle? So, you know, you learn a lot of stuff. And so I know from back in the day when you started speaking in front of the group of people and Boomy's public speaking is just natural, right? So every time I started public speaking, this is who they would compare me to.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go, alarm goes. So how did you feel when you first got in front of like the crowd on the stage per se?
Let's see. I don't even remember. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got a story.
Okay.
So I remember the first time I did a business presentation. I was 19. My baby was right there. Kenya was right there, and we had 2 people in the audience. It was a home party for a company called New Skin.
I remember home party.
Yeah, it was a home party for a company called New Skin, and we were 18 and 19 doing our home presentation.
For the baby shower.
Yeah. And that kind of just evolved because, you know, my parents being entrepreneurs, and apparently one day they put me up front. I can't remember what that was, but I remember in 1997, when everybody was drinking the noni juice, my parents were in that. I remember doing a presentation. I was probably about 27 years old, being up front. And of course, I was nervous when you start, but it seemed to be pretty natural for me because when I speak, I'm just like speaking from the heart, and I'm just really passionate about helping people to get to a better place in life. I was really passionate about helping myself to get a better place. And so whatever I'm talking on is something that I truly believe in. So I'm just basically just sharing, sharing from the heart.
So now, what advice would you give somebody? Because everybody is not, public speakers. Everybody doesn't want to be in front. But you guys, if you're going to go into business, you have to learn how to communicate what you need in front of people, right? So what advice would you give people who want to start a business, but maybe a little bit introverted or shy or,
Man, I was thinking about this earlier. If you want something bad enough, you've got to just do it. You've got to do it afraid. You've got to do it with tears coming down. You've got to do it when you're tired. You got to do it when you don't feel like doing it. You just got to do it. And Naja, I work with now so many people who tend to make excuses. They say they want it, but they don't really want it. When you want something bad, you're going to bust through a brick wall to do it.
All day, every day.
You may not know how to do it, but you're going to find somebody who does, and you're going to say, can you teach me? Can you show me? Can you mentor me? I want to do what you've done. Winners always find a way.
Indeed.
Don't they, winners find a way?
Haven't you found, when you don't know how to do something, just taking that first step, the leap of faith, okay, I'm going to do this. How am I going to feed all these people?
Right.
Trust me, I've had that thought. So how am I going to feed all these people? So take that first step. And haven't you found when you take that first step, God opens the doors and bring you the people and
the resources, the people, the money, the ideas, everything that will just come. And then Steve Harvey was talking about jump. Jump. You get your wings as you go.
Read that book. It's a good one.
Down. And I'm telling you guys, it's just God is willing to, he will bless us according to the level of faith that we have. Whatever we have faith to believe for, he's willing to say yes. But that's something people have to learn. And we always remember in the business we were talking about readers or leaders.
Readers or leaders. Still
say that. You guys, some people, I'm just like, do y'all do any personal development?
You have to.
Oh my gosh, how key is personal development? Some people, I can tell they're not doing none. I can tell people there's some people that aren't doing any personal development. You need that. I'm telling you, you've got to grow yourself. You've got to learn universal laws and principles. And there are people, there are masters, there are experts in different fields that have put information out there. Some of it is in books, some of it is in audio, some of it is in video, but anything we need is there.
There's no excuse anymore not to have the education or the knowledge or be able to go someplace and figure out how to learn it.
Yes.
YouTube it.
Yeah. Right? Go to a seminar, YouTube it. If you
invest
seek,
in yourself,
you will find.
Yes.
But so many people aren't seeking. You know what a lot of people are doing? A lot of people are quitting. That's what they're doing. They're not seeking, they're quitting.
Society of quitters.
Quitters, yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is so hard. And then they stop. Throw up. People. Yes, they're so weak-minded and mealy-mousy. And I try to be, okay, Boomy, you haven't been at this place all the time. I try to be patient with people.
Grow to your level, meaning, okay, so if you cannot see yourself making $1 million, don't think about it like that, because take a smaller step. Say, okay, I want to make $500 this month. Something that's attainable to you, that's believable to you, that you can start to see and start to envision and practice, just sitting there and pretending as if it is already there.
Okay, but let's take that. Let's take this practice, acting as if. If you have not attended a seminar or read a book or done some study, you would have never heard about how acting as if is a practice. It's a manifestation practice that really will call things into your life, right? So when I teach people in network marketing, make calls as if you are already making $20,000 a month. What posture would you have? And when
you definitely wouldn't be like, hello, look, you're calling your mother. You just joined the business, right? Hello, Mom, can you wait? First of all, they're gonna know something's wrong. Like, why are you talking to me like this? Be yourself.
Right.
Be confident, and confidence comes with practice. Number one, but believing and seeing, practicing that, right? So I'm glad I'm not the only one who says this. But you start to sound like the people that you listen to, that you're around, that you be around, that you talk to, that you spend time with, and the reason for that is a good thing. If you're hanging around and listening to the right people.
Yes.
So just think about this. If you're hanging around people who's always talking about partying, then what are you going to think about? You're going to think about partying. But if you're around people who are talking about business and leaving a legacy and making money and doing these things, then guess what? You're going to do that. I need to hang around people who think about going to the gym more often. But so that way, maybe
hey, Daddy. Oh, your father and my father are watching.
Hi. It's been a while. I'm going to have to hop on a plane.
Yeah, come to Columbia with me and Tammy.
Right?
So, but they say that you can't fly with the eagles when you're hanging around with the turkeys. That is so true.
So true.
So your environment is so important. Who you hang around is so important. But people have to understand they have to get intentional about that.
Indeed.
Sometimes you have to remove yourself from that circle of friends who aren't going anywhere, who are just thinking about only going to the club. There's nothing wrong with going to the club sometimes, but it shouldn't be your total way of being.
If it's hard for you, you'll realize God will remove people for you sometimes. He'll reveal things for you. Or if you stay focused, then they'll just leave because they're like, you're no fun anymore.
Right.
Well, guess what? You're making a sacrifice for your future. That's what you got to do.
And so you got to get around those people who are going great places, who are movers and shakers, who are always thinking positive. You want to remove yourself from the negative, dream stealer, naysaying kind of people. You don't have time for that. If their energy is just not right, if you don't feel good when you're around them and you leave feeling drained, right? Yeah. You're just like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't pick up the phone and talk to everybody.
That includes friends, families, associates, anything. I don't care if they are blood. Sometimes you got to be like, hey, love you to death, but I don't have time right now. Catch you on the rebound, right? It's that way, and you have to be that way. And I'm going to address the moms because this is about Mother's Day, right? You have to be that way because what is more important? Your fun time, your friends' feelings, or your family's security and future, right? So you have to make that choice.
That's right. And then speaking of being a mother, you got to teach that to your children.
Yes.
So the things that we're talking about now, we have to be intentional in teaching it to our kids from the time they're like 2. Literally. So it starts with, and I wish I had known some of these principles, like the things that I would say to my child in the womb now if I was pregnant. I would have the most awesome kid. Not that my kids aren't awesome, but it's just like
her kids are awesome. But
I would be speaking some powerful things. That baby probably would come out talking. I'm telling you.
Well,
it is just, and so
what you know is what you know.
You're right, exactly. And so that's why. So as a grandmother, or even as a mom, we have some moms who are watching. It's important what we say to our kids, building them up. I have this book here, If You Want It, Speak It. The power of the spoken word. That is a creative force. What we speak, guys, just everything has an energy and a frequency behind it. Words have an energy and a frequency. And we have to understand that we've got to continually build the kids up. Going back to the school system. Wow, if the school system would implement some principles of truly...
Guess what? Some of these teachers need to implement them first.
Right. The teachers.
It's about what you say to yourself. If you can't, it's just like self-love. If you can't love yourself, then how are you going to show that love to somebody else, right? So...
And we have to let the children know that they can, that they are capable and they are able. And we have to do this with our children in our homes and teach them these principles that we're talking about today. I think about my children. I know everybody has to do their own journey, but I text them every day almost and say something very positive. And whether it's a financial principle, whether it's a wellness principle, whether it's a life principle and how you think. And sometimes we feel like it's not sinking in, but at the end of the day, it comes back. They remember. They do. And it comes out, and we'll see. And you smile. I'm like, yes, they remember.
So to all of your mothers, all of the fathers, all of the family members, anybody who cares about somebody else in your family or it doesn't even have to be family. You can love kids that are not even yours, and they're just as much yours, right? Take some of these principles and try to implement it. And I know it's hard to do things and it's hard to change. So focus on one thing at a time, and you'll see how that one change can ripple effect into the rest of your life, right? So, like if you're a smoker, focus on quitting smoking, and you'll realize you'll start to eat healthier, you'll start to do things differently. So just don't worry about, have I been the best mom? Because I didn't know things when I was younger. We both started young. But once you learn them, then share them, right? Because you don't want to keep the knowledge to yourself. Because like I said earlier, there's an abundance and availability of time, money, resources, friends, whatever you want to think is a lack of. There's an abundance. There's enough for all of us. And the more happy that we each are, the better the world will be. I know that sounds like
but it's rainbow. True. But it's so true. And hey, big shout out to Cheryl Coco. Hey Cheryl, awesome mompreneur there. Oh, she just this girl right here, Cheryl, you gotta connect with her. She's amazing. She's hot. Talking about growth in the last 3 years. Awesome. She's running companies now. I think she was a plumber, electrician, or something like that. Cool. Didn't know anything about network marketing. Now 7-figure earner. In 3 years, she's amazing.
Let me shout out network marketers really quick. Network marketing is a great training ground because it talks about the mindset, the self-development, all the things that you're going to need. It helps you with the public speaking, with the cold calling, or with the warm markets, or with the, whatever it is in business. It teaches you all of the realms of business. Yes. And that is the grounds, the foundation on which I learned how to run business. Matter of fact, Zeke used to hi Zeke, if you're still in there, used to take me around, and that's how I actually learned about real estate investing.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
We used to ride around.
My dad. Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that was fun. I still remember, so don't haven't done real estate investing in a couple of years, but I'm definitely getting back into it. So that's fun.
yeah, man. We have a lot of experiences over the years. It was something you were just talking about network marketing. Yep. Well, see, so many people, they don't treat it like a business. They treat it like a thing, right? Or like a hobby. I mean, one of those things. And so that's why it never pays them like one. But when you get all in, then, as you said, there's so many skill sets that you will learn. Indeed. And it's not so much, we say in network marketing, it's not as much about the product or the person or the money as it is about the person that you become. Man, I'm telling you, if you plug in, you will be somebody that you were not at the start.
You'll grow into it. And so network marketing, whatever product it is, may not be for everybody, but I always tell people, why not go and try it? We're in 2 different companies. I'm not in network marketing any longer. It's different. We won't go into the companies just because fiduciary responsibilities. Anyway, what was I saying? This child.
But got her daughter, her baby over here. Tammy said, hey ladies, powerful talk. It's about the person you become. Yes.
Exactly. Thank you. It's about the person you become. And so if you are with that network, that team of people, you get to learn great stuff. Like Sean is always on me about growing and training and stuff like that. But if you get to hang around great people and get to pick great people's minds, and you get to become part of that person, not that you want to duplicate anybody and be a clone, but
I'm not on you.
Oh yeah, okay. You're always on me. You don't necessarily want to become a clone, but you definitely want to learn from each person you're around. You want to feed off the energy from each person you're around. You want to, depending on what businesses, you can learn from the different businesses and just build it into yourself and become more, worth more. The more you know, the more you're worth.
Yes. Well, speaking of that, do you remember Myron Golden?
Yes.
Okay, so Myron Golden, my parents used to bring him into our training center to train the team. And Myron says this. He said, if you pour your purse into your mind will fill your purse with gold. And so talking about what you're worth, if we learn to invest in ourselves.
Hold up. replay that, right? And somebody type it into the notes so that way everybody can see this. That's awesome.
Yeah, pour your purse into your mind, and your mind will then fill your purse with gold. So don't be afraid to invest in yourself and pay for the seminar and pay for the coaching. Like Tammy has a Convert the Room platform where she teaches speakers how to have presence in front of the audience, how to connect with the audience and have them to actually buy and take advantage of the offering. She's Tammy, a master at
put
that.
Put it in there,
right?
too, because you have an event coming up in Annapolis. So
yes, so Tammy's a master at that. So if I'm needing to get better in that, why wouldn't I pay Tammy thousands of dollars for her time and expertise? Because now I'm going to make hundreds of thousands. I'm pay her $5, but now I'm going to go and make $500,000. You know.
Well, here's the thing, and this is a mindset switch. So people will pay and go into debt for college, and then come out and not necessarily have and not necessarily have a paying job, but yet you're still got to pay this loan, this grant, this whatever, and yet they wouldn't spend $20 on a book that may revolutionize your world because it changes your thought pattern. So you have
that's all a scam. I mean, that's about the scam. That's about conditioning, and we need to break free of that. That's the question you were asked earlier. How do I feel about going to school and education? If my children said poop on college, I'd be okay.
I know. Right? That has definitely changed.
However, I'm not about college as much as I am about productivity. Now, if you're not going to be productive, get your butt into school.
Yeah,
okay.
You have to do something. You're not going to sit home and do nothing.
Right, you're going to do something.
I think college is a great ground for networking and meeting different people, especially for a lot of people who may not have grown up in Howard County. Howard County is a great mixture of cultures and mindsets and you know, economic advantages. But like if you're from different areas, maybe Midwestern, where you're just surrounded by the people just like you, then yeah, go into a college, learn something new from everybody, start the network, and that's a great, and not to mention it's good for younger people to go to college so they can learn how to be independent of their parents, how to feed themselves and clean themselves and stuff like that. So college is not bad.
So there are benefits to it. However, if a child has an entrepreneurial bent and they're motivated, what do you need college for? I mean, you don't need to spend that amount of money to be able to network
and to be successful.
When we think about the Bill Gates and the Steve Jobs and you know and all the Jeff Bezos and all that, they didn't finish college. They stopped college to pursue their passion. Okay, so there are some good things about college, and there's some not so good things. So I'm just saying, I'm a proponent of, you know, it's better to fill in that space.
And I agree. I definitely agree.
Now there's some people who, like you said, but that they need college. They need that experience. There's nothing for them in their environment. You know, they need to be removed out of maybe where they are and around the wrong people, and they don't have that good maybe home structure or whatever. Going away to college would be really good for them. So, you know, I guess you just have to weigh it equally. But
yeah, and you got to know your children. So back to the moms, know your kids, spend time with kids. And look, I'm a workaholic. I'm a hustler. I have several things, multiple streams. Look, this one. Hey, am I a workaholic? You can say it verbally so they can hear you. Yes. Yeah, like literally, because I'm an entrepreneur, a lot of people, they say, well, when is your downtime? How you can turn off? But when you are a business owner, you don't turn off. That just becomes who you are. Like me and Tammy was joking the other day. If you guys watch the Mother's Day special on WBGR Health and Wellness on Facebook, you can find it there easy. Or I don't even think it's on YouTube yet. But we were joking the other day and just talking about, oh yeah, there go Boomy. Don't worry, she'll prospect you in a second. Oh, yeah. Because it becomes who you are. It's not like a set 9 to 5 and then you're done and you can leave it behind. You're thinking about it. It's your baby. You're the incubator and you're growing this thing. So it's just, I don't know. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, and that we can have balance in it too. Like on the way over here, I called my youngest daughter and said, hey, do you want to go out to dinner tonight? Because I know that I've got to be intentional, because I do have that same type of work ethic. And I will just get in my room and just work. I'm like, okay, my daughter's in the other room. Let me spend some time with her. Hey, baby, do you want to go out to dinner tonight? You know, let's be intentional. Because I'm not the kind of mom, I'm not going to sit there and watch TV. I don't do TV.
I don't turn on TV.
Me either. So it's so much alike. Oh my God.
I do not turn. I know. I was like, TV is one in my room, and it's only because Tiny Tot likes her TV shows, but I know more about the kids' TV shows than mine because I really could care
Tammy
less.
Tammy say, I like the idea of investing $10,000 into a mentor right after high school. Oh, I like that idea too, Tammy.
Hey, Tammy, go make some money with it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But Tiny, like, for example, you bring the kids to work with you, or you take them and you put them in shows with you. You do things with your kids to build that bonding time if you know it's limited.
Yeah, so you were talking about the kids being at the training center when they were coming up. So, like, my kids would go to all the conventions, and we had, like, a kids' financial literacy room where we have activities and things for the kids. My kids know conference call protocol. So, network marketing, you're on lots of conference calls. And when people are talking and not on mute, they're like, doesn't that person know to put their phone on mute? Don't they know to press star 6? What's wrong with those people? Right. So, my kids are, shh, be quiet, mommy's on the call. So, they know about all that. And even though... my kids aren't in network marketing, they know about it. And so if I ask them a question, I mean, they know that they'll be powerful one day if they ever decide they would know how to build.
And guess what? They have learned the concepts, the business concepts. So whatever they do, they can implement, okay, how do I speak in front of people? Because they've seen it done. They've grown up in it. What is the etiquette for meeting somebody new? Like some people, okay, so pet peeve. Don't meet me and shake my hand like a limp noodle. I can't stand that. That's despicable. Especially when a man does it. Right? It's like shake my hand like you have intention, like you know who you are. Right? So the kids learn this type of stuff. Well, they learn the thoughts of investing, right? I have to invest into my future. They know that in the car is drive time, university time. So, you guys... Yeah. The office is getting busy.
My son posted the meme today saying he could something about not understanding why people will give a job 40 years but if they're not rich in 3 to 5 years for a business, like it's something wrong, right? They will want to quit, but they're going to give that employer 40 years and definitely not be rich at the end. So they understand those concepts,
So you guys
has been in. Yeah, she was in Mary Kay. I have a daughter who was in Mary Kay, and
So when you start anything, you can try everything. Just go, don't be afraid to try new stuff and to go into new fields and to just figure out what you like to do. Once you figure out what you like to do, then you'll see how much time you put into it and won't even think about it. So that's just a lesson that we like to learn from our entrepreneurs, our mompreneurs, and things like that. So Boomy, how can people find you?
Well, you can find me at facebook.com/boomy.more, Boomy More TV. TV stands for Tell Her Vision. So if you want to find out more about me, my vision, how I help people, and just go to Facebook on my page, Boomy More TV. I've written a book, If You Want It, Speak It. And let me just kind of fast forward, because we started by talking about how things started in the beginning, children young, Section 8, WIC, all of that. But as we say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And in the course of time, when Naja and I met, that was the first time I had ever gotten into a 6-figure income. And before I got into a 6-figure income, part-time in that business, I was making $3,000 a month, which was just as much as I was making at my full-time teaching job. And so when I got to $3,000, I was like, ooh, well, I can do more. Then I got to 7, then I got to 15. And so what I'm here to tell everyone is that just get started, get clear on your goals and your vision about whatever it is that you want. Just don't ever give up. Just keep working, keep putting one foot in front of the other. We say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. You got to take that step and get started, but then you got to stay started, because that's where a lot of people mess up, because they lack consistency. You got to have consistency. Be consistent and persistent. You need those 2 attributes. And read some books and find out what it is that successful people do, how they think, what's their mindset, because it's all about cultivating those success principles in you. As we say, it's about who you become. So you've got to become more. Your bank account will only grow to the extent that you do. Yep. So you've got to work harder on yourself than you do your business. And when you get in that right energy and that right frequency, and you just learn some things, like money is only energy, right? Money is just energy. So you've got to learn how to get your energy to connect in alignment. That's right. With the abundance, unlimited energy that's out there. And then the money will just come. But these are principles that just you got to learn, you got to hear, then you got to practice, and it becomes real. And then once it's confirmed, then it becomes part of your subconscious. And then once it's implanted in you and it's your way of being, then it's just natural in the flow.
Indeed. So you guys take that first step and realize, even with the vehicle driving around corners, you only see so far in front of you with the headlights, but you know you're going in the right direction based on your GPS or past experiences. So definitely just keep it moving and don't worry about it. And as I say at the end of every show, you guys, be an original, because an original is worth more than a copy. And I said at that time without messing up, because the mimosas was getting to us last time. So definitely check this out. Share this on your pages with your friends. And definitely follow Get It Got It Good G3 on Facebook, IG, YouTube, everywhere. And if you missed the Mother's Day special on Wednesday, check it out and hit me up every Wednesday, 11:30 on WBGR Health and Wellness Channel for more great information and more great people. So thank you, Boomy, for attending.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
And don't forget to drink your detox tea.
I need some of that.
You see
Bye,
my shirt?
guys. Oh, yeah, I like that.
What does that say? Real detox tea. Lose 5 pounds in 5 days. Ask me how. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Why are you laying on me? All right, Pamela.